Hello. Hello, everybody. Mm, How are you? I'm going live tonight for a little teacher talk. I'll have some guests that'll join us in just a minute. And we're going to have some fun. I got some comedy. I got some stuff written. Got some things that I worked out on the very short 4.5 hour plane ride from Phoenix to Orlando. That was fun. I'll talk all about the Phoenix trip. I can see comments. So if you're commenting on Facebook or YouTube, I can see it. If you do a super chat on YouTube, I can see that as well. That's my phone notifying me that I'm live. That's fun. If you send stars on Facebook, I encourage you to send stars. You can do that and support. Hold on, I'll turn that off or it's going to drive me nuts. So, anyways, look at that. See, this is what happens when you get webcams that you can't move around. If you send stars, I cannot see that you sent stars. I apologize. I apologize that I can't see that. But the thing is that I will go back. I always go back and I will comment after you sent stars. I will comment and say, "Hey, thanks for the stars. You look pretty. You look fabulous. Is your hair something new? Who knows? I'll pay you a compliment. It'll be personalized something too. Not even this little copy paste. I'm not a copy paste comic. Thank you for having your tea. Speaking of tea, this is the good stuff. You can't really see. Can you see that this is? Look at that. This is Lake Buena Vista blueberry black tea from the Spice and Tea Exchange. If you've ever been down to uh, the Disney Springs, this is my jam. I had this one. I walked in, and I'm a weird guy. I don't know who else is like this, but I always ask the people there what they want, what they would drink, what they would eat. Anytime I go someplace new, if I walk into a new restaurant, I say, "What do you like?" And then they always tell me, and 99.9% of the time, I get that whatever it is because I just take chances. I'm really weird about food in the sense that I love flavors. I love different flavors. So if you tell me something exotic, something different, something I've never had before, if I can't even pronounce it, I want that. And so when I walked in, I said, "Hey, what do you got? What's your go-to tea?" And the Tiesta, I don't think it's a barista. Is it Tiesta? Tiesta. The Tiesto. It suggested the blueberry black tea. Teachers, this is the jam. This gives you it's not sweet. It's just subtle blueberry flavor, but that black tea, that extra little bit there of caffeine, that's what you want. That's your jam. Let me turn down all my notifications and everything. Got all this stuff happening here. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's really good. So thank you all for sending stars over on Facebook. If you got any super chats on YouTube, I love it. I appreciate it. Just added some new dates at the end of this month. I will be in Arlington. I will be with Adam Ferrara April 30th, May 1st at the Arlington Draft House in DC, this District of Columbia up there. Thank you. I appreciate that, you are. I'm glad that I make your day better. You got new videos coming out this week, new podcasts coming out this week. I'm keeping up with Crying in My Car and also have a second podcast in the works. And I think you guys will enjoy it because it's a different sort of premise. I don't like doing the same thing, so I'm going to try something different. Hello, Mr. Angry Texan watching over on YouTube. Also, these bad boys just came in and are already on the website. Friends don't let friends reply all. Magnets. These are magnets. See, they stick to metal. And you know what else is metal? Look at this transition. Oh, the reply all button. See that? These are 3-inch tall, by the way. These are big boys. And that's a beautiful button there. And see, sticks to it. Magnet. I just got those today. By the way, just letting you know, and this is not like QVC, I only have 50 of them. I'm not a big merch guy. I only buy like a little bit and sell it. And if you want one, you got it. Also, these came in, these bad boys, and I honestly have about 30 left because they bought me out this week at Phoenix. I have these these glorious reply all t-shirts. If you bought one, all that stuff's already in the mail. Should be there tomorrow if you didn't get it already. These are like the softest. Look at this. I rub it on my face, but I'd feel like a pedophile. Baby butt. That's it. That's what this is. It's the softest thing you've ever seen in your entire life. Friends don't let friends reply all. These are the next level shirts, super comfortable. So if you want one of those, all up on the website. And yeah, the pin is cool. Here's the thing: I collect Disney pins, and at the end of this broadcast, I'll give you a tour of my Disney pins. But I collect these things. I don't know why, but I love pins, and these are like customized too. They have my name and stuff on the back. They're my design. So, but I collect pins. I love pins. By the way, don't judge me by look at those nails. Look at those nails. Oh my gosh! Look at that vitamin deficiency. If those nails they that says right there, I hate salads. That's what that says. That's the word. Oh my gosh. Anyways, don't judge me. I don't get. I need a manicure or something, but there's no nails there because I bite them. Look at how bad that is. That's not good. Anyways, um, you can buy them online, devincomedy.com. Oh, I think I got a banner for that. Look at this. Look at this. Going, you know, fancy. Going fancy. Thank y'all for joining. I got some awesome stuff to talk about. I got a story for you. So I want to start off with the story. Let's start off with the story. How about we talk about that? So I wake up, I'm in Phoenix. I wake up in Phoenix and I am hungry. I'm a little parched as well. Need some food. Sell hand pics on OnlyFans. I'd be the only broke person on OnlyFans. They'd be like, "You're in the top percent of creators." I'd be like, "What percent?" They're like, "You didn't. You were actually you're in the bottom. Sorry about that." But yeah. So yeah, it hangs on lanyards too. If you got keys and stuff around your neck, if you're a teacher and you want a pin for that, there it is. Back to the story. I'm in Phoenix, or not Phoenix, Tempe. I'm across from Arizona State University. Is where I'm staying. I'm staying at the Graduate Hotel. Cool hotel, by the way. Very 70s vibe. Very, very might get murdered on the side of the road, but also, hey, that's luxury kind of deal. And, kind of, it's a weird place, but it was cool. I liked it. So here's the deal. I'm hungry. I wake up, I order food from DoorDash, and I'm going to see if I can find what I'm trying to tell you because I'm not an idiot. So I go to DoorDash and I want a some Chick-fil-A, some Chick-fil-A, some the fillet of chick, if you will. And I'm looking, oh, there's Chick-fil-A. I'm looking for something to eat. And I find that they have breakfast there and it says, no, I don't want drugs. Thank you, though. I appreciate that. That was a nice offer. I'm looking for something to eat, and maybe I'm wrong. It's not going to. Okay, okay. So here's the deal. When you go to order something on the Chick-fil-A app on DoorDash, I hope you all can see this. It says bun, but it's as optional right next to it. Optional bun, add 30 cents. Well, in the morning, I go ahead and I order a biscuit, a chicken biscuit, and it says add a biscuit, optional, extra $1.10. Now, when you click on the biscuit, it says it's like $3.90, but then all of a sudden it jumps up to $5, and I was like, why is it $5 all of a sudden? It says $3.90. So I saw that this biscuit was highlighted and it said optional biscuit, add a biscuit. I was like, well, I don't want an extra biscuit. I just want my chicken biscuit. Why is it trying to give me an extra biscuit? I unchecked it. Do you know what I got delivered to me? I got a piece of chicken in a bag. I unchecked the biscuit, the real biscuit. I don't know why that's an option and why it has additional. It costs me additional money to put a biscuit on a Chick-fil-A biscuit. What? What? I mean, and so I was literally like, I get a piece, I paid like $15 to have a single piece of fried chicken delivered to my room that was the size of my reply all magnet callback. It was literally this big though. I'm kidding you not. And I know you think I'm lying, but I actually took pictures of it and I'll post the pictures in the comments on this afterwards. it blew my mind. I was like, why is the biscuit optional? Why did they do that to me? And it was the size of a single chicken tender. And I paid like $15 to have it delivered. And that I'm not the only one. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm the biggest idiot that's ever. Maybe they're literally like, really? But here's the funny thing. So I wish it was just the biscuit. I'm on a roll, okay? I order also a bacon and cheese, no egg, bacon and cheese biscuit. Do you know what I got when I unchecked biscuit? They put in a giant plastic container 2 pieces of bacon and a slice of cheese over top of it because that's what people want. People order that. Can you not call me? Can you not tell? Hey, you know what? Maybe this idiot didn't mean to uncheck the biscuit. Nobody in their right mind would order cheesy bacon and pay $17 to have it delivered. Why? Why would they do that? Um, I am. I am the idiot. And I just hold the biscuit. Yeah, that's what I want. Chicken biscuit, hold the biscuit. Oh, you want just chicken? Okay. Well, you know what? We're going to charge you the same price for it. That's fun. No biscuit. And but it even said buttered. It said buttered on it, like it's a buttered biscuit. I just, my teacher gave me a B when I did so well. I should have gotten an A. What are your thoughts on this, Mister? I say you confront them. I say you aggressively tell them that they are wrong. You knock down their office door, you kick it in. Most of us don't have an office, so probably just the regular door. And you walk in there and take the paper and you go, "Is this a B for bullshit?" And just say that right to their face. Is this a B for bullshit? And then just cut it right out there, and then throw it at them. That. I think that'll go well. I killed me. I killed me. Man, I can't imagine. I don't do drugs, but if I did, I can imagine how funny it'd be. Um, anyways, yeah, it's if they just gave you a brick of butter, I don't know. I literally watched. I ordered that and I sat in my hotel room like, what was I thinking? Why did I do that? I don't know. What's wrong with me? It was a nightmare, though. I will say this, though. Nobody's working. So, Lyft was a nightmare. It was expensive. Nobody was out doing Lyfts or Ubers. Everywhere I went was really hard to get to. All the food took a long time. Hopefully we value our service members from here on out. I mean, it's interesting because I think we're starting to see what's happened in teaching, happening in lower end jobs too, where these kids have gotten, unfortunately, not for the same reasons. We're not leaving teaching because we got our stimulus check. We're leaving for far different reasons. But there was, stimulus check and a little bit of cash from the tax man, and a lot of people have decided to sit out their, Ubers and their Lyft days, and it's something that society needs. Maybe we should pay these people a little bit more to keep people working, keep them going. Thank you, Lauren. Yes, go confront your 53-year-old teacher right this minute. Also, by the way, I went into Tempe. Listen to me. Tempe and Phoenix, why do you exist? It is the driest, stupidest place in the entire world. And I don't say it's stupid. I really actually loved Phoenix. It was nice. It was beautiful weather. But I Googled you because I was like, it's not always like this, is it? No, it's not. In fact, average temperature during the summer, average 104.8. Who lives there? Who lives there? And it says the amount of precipitation days, which means rain, the amount of days it rains on average in the United States, by the way, on average in the United States, amount of days it rains, 101. Phoenix, 36. 36 days it rains there, which, by the way, I was there a day it sprinkled. It was weird. Yeah, I honestly, I swear to you, I was walking along the edge and something fell on me, and I thought it was a pigeon. I was like, oh, there it is. That's what it is. But it's a dry heat. That's my joke. I do a joke on stage. Is it a wet heat or a dry heat? Wet heat. I'll do the joke real quick. So I was on this plane. True story. Flying to Phoenix last year. And these people, there was a guy on the left side of me. I'm in the middle. Guy on the right. And the guy on the left is like, yeah, I'm flying in Phoenix. It's hot. Gotta watch out for it. It's hot. The guy from Orlando is like, I know hot. I live in Orlando. Come on, bro. I live in Orlando. It's hot there. He's like, yeah, but whew, Phoenix is 108. He's like, yeah, 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 but it's a dry heat, and Orlando's, got the humidity. Humidity, you got to factor in that wet heat. It's rough. He's like, yeah, but it's 108, and Orlando is 95. There's really no comparison. And he's like, no, I think there is a comparison if you just take in the humidity levels and you factor those in. It's much worse in Orlando because it's you even in the shade. It's not. He's like, it's 108, and they're arguing over who's more miserable. And I figured it out. It's me. I'm more miserable. I'm the more miserable person. Is it a wet heat or a dry heat? If I open the door and I jump out of this plane right now, or I push you both, how about that? And who argues over who's more miserable? What kind of people? Are there soldiers laying in the battlefield like I'm hit? And the other guys, me too. Oh, you're hit too? Yeah, I'm hit. Well, I'm hit. Oh, we're all hit. Yeah, yeah. But your wound's more of a dry wound. If I don't mind saying, yeah, it's about the same, right? I mean, we're both dying. Am I right? No, no, no. I'm dying of a wet wound. Yours is dry. That's different. I don't know. Anyways, that's a joke that I did on stage. It's much better live. You guys should come to a show. I'm sitting here doing material online, and yeah, there's the one uppers. The one uppers. Oh, I'm not in. Yeah, I will go. I did go to New Mexico. I actually really like New Mexico. I think that the architecture is enticing. I just love the architecture. Everywhere looks like a Pueblo. Look at that $1 million word. Um, so yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I had fun though. We got to see a lot of teachers. Thank you, teachers, for coming out this weekend to Phoenix. It was cool seeing you. It was funny to me. So as a comedian, I always find it hysterical that so crowd work is. I'm going to let you guys know a secret. Crowd work is not really crowd work. A lot of times, crowd work is kind of prepared where you have an idea in your mind which way you're going to take it, what you're going to say. You've been in this scenario before. Hey, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a nurse. Nurse jokes. Hey, what do you guys think about gun control? I hate gun control. Oh, you hate gun control? Well, here, let me tell you why you're wrong. And it's already prepped. It's already ready. Adam, for my best bud, the guy's awesome, and he's a beast on stage. I thought it was so funny because so many of the teachers came out to support us at the shows, to support me, from seeing the comedy online. That every show, I'm sitting in the back and I hear him go, "So what do you do for a living?" And she's, "I'm a teacher." He's like, "Oh, you're a teacher. That's good." And then he would do a few teacher jokes. And then he'd go, or he'd be like, "So what do you do for a living?" They'd be like, "I'm also a teacher." Oh, okay. I used up my teacher jokes. And then, "Oh, what do you do in the back?" "Well, I'm a teacher too." And it was funny. It was funny. Yeah, I'm going to get Adam for on the podcast, but it was so funny because he couldn't do any other jokes because it was all teachers that came out to the shows. It was hysterical to me. Thank you all for sending stars, by the way. I appreciate that, Rachel and stuff. Thank you, Jen. I think you guys send stars. I can't tell, but thank you for sending the stars over on the Facebooks. But it was so funny. And by the way, there was a PE teacher that came to the show. Shout out to you if you're out there, because Adam almost messed it up. Like, it was brutal because I talked about it on the podcast recently. We had a guy message in, gym teachers. That is not the word. That's not what you call them. We call them PE teachers, physical ed. They don't teach gym. There's not a gym instruct. You don't instruct gym. And Adam caught himself. It was so funny because he goes, "Oh, she goes, I'm PE teacher." He goes, "Oh, you're gym teacher. Oh, you teach PE, huh? PE." And I don't know if he knew. I don't know if she reacted, but it was interesting to hear him correct himself. Yeah, it was funny. But anyways, I got some comedy for you guys. You want to do some comedy? I want to get my buddy in here though. Let me see if I can get him in here. He was supposed to join. Oh, I see some people are buying some of the merch. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much. Trying to get Greg to join. Angry Texan. I sent him the link to his email. Sent you the link to your email. Uh, anyways, It's whatever. So here's the deal. Thank you guys for buying the merch, by the way. Sold some shirts. So I'm running out. Sold some shirts, sold some pins. devincomedy.com if you want a magnet. By the way, magnets I really only have 50, and that's it. So if you want one of those, I'm going to wait for Greg to join. I did send him the link, so hopefully he pops in for Angry Texan. I do want to just do the comedy with him. I got a lot of jokes. So there he is. Oh, there's his. Oh my God, folks, I'm gonna let him join. I'm seeing what he looks like right now, and I'm very hesitant, by the way, to allow this. So, ladies and gentlemen, there is the Tiger King himself. I mean, the Angry Texan himself. Hey, buddy, are you muted? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. You're muted. You're mute yourself.
Hear me?
I can only imagine what he's saying right now is that bitch Carol Baskin. That's probably what I imagine.
Can you hear me?
You can hear him?
Hello?
Oh, you can hear him. I can't hear him. Why can I not hear him? Hold on, let me figure this out. Why is he not? Oh, I know why. Hold on. I'm muted. I have muted my let me see here. Oh, there we go. Say something now, Mr. Texan.
Hey, what's up?
All right, now I got him. Now I can hear him. Sorry about that. I had him muted. I got a nice computer. It's okay. You know, if if anybody has technical issues, you would definitely look at us two and think it'd be me. But anyways, hey buddy, what you got going on there? Cowboys 1977 behind you.
That's right. I figured I'd have a good background.
I'm looking for Ray Finkel. I don't see Ray Finkel. Literally. That's what it looks like. But are you going golfing at 9 o'clock at night? What are you doing?
Nah, just haven't changed into relaxing clothes yet. Right. Still just I wanted to golf today, but I just couldn't get it done. No one wanted to play.
Yeah, you just wearing your cowboy hat to guard against the Walmart light that's behind you. I'm just gonna. How about the next 20 minutes? I just roast him. Stand up. Let me look at your physique.
It's IKEA. Smart ass.
I'll just play it, man. How you doing, buddy? You doing all right?
Doing good, man. Just enjoying a nice, relaxing day. Had fun giggling with you in the studio earlier today. That was fun.
Yeah, that sounds possibly dirty, but
I can't wait for us to go and get our damn stimulus checks. Why in the hell do we have to drive all the way to Kissimmee? That's BS.
Yeah, I'm getting my stimulus check finally tomorrow. I found out that everything was stolen, but the stimulus came in just before everything was stolen. So good news.
And we had the same tax guy.
Yeah, good news is apparently our check went to our tax guy from last year, and the tax guy is going to give us the stimulus money. I'm a little sketched out by it though, because I was like, hey, where do we meet? He's like, hey, behind the KFC. He's like, just make sure nobody follows you. I'm like, wait,
what? Am I coming as backup or something? What's going on?
You want your stimulus? Did you bring the Ziploc? What a Ziploc bag? What do I need a Ziploc bag for? No, they don't. They didn't. They deposited it in the tax preparers. So the tax people that we had last year, basically, they give them the money. Then they take out the amount that we owe them for the tax preparation service, and then they send it to us. And it's a fairly simple thing, but it goes into their account. So when it went into their account, they had to cut us a check. It sounds weird, but yeah, it does sound a little shady. You know,
I'm kind of scared like the IRS going to come knock on my door and they're like, did you use the off banking site? These guys that did your taxes. Apparently they're over in Africa. And
I'm gonna go to the bank and they'll be like, are you trying to deposit this check? I'd be like, yeah. They'll be like, so the IRS paid you in pesos? I'd be like, what? Hold it. It's gonna be interesting. We'll see. But I'm getting the check tomorrow. So hopefully We'll see. Yeah, I'll. By the way, if there's no podcast up Wednesday, you know that Greg and I are currently in Amber Alert somewhere in Central Florida.
Probably end up in Guantanamo Bay by this bull crap.
Yeah, man. But yeah, it's a $14 filing fee, Scott. So we do have to pay $14 to file. I've never understood filing fees. First off, nobody files anything anymore. There's no file cabinets. There's no file folders. There's no actual physical files anywhere. It's a click, 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 done, file. That's it. And you pay somebody $14 to double click, copy, paste. That's fun. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, TurboTax. Sometimes I guess other people had to do it. Yeah, that's crazy. But all right, let's get into some of the jokes, buddy. What do you think?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
All right. What did you, by the way, before I get into this, because it kind of leads into it, did you do anything for the spring break? Spring break was last week, bud. Did you get it out and about?
No, I just worked and worked on some couple of new episodes coming up for Made in America.
Yeah, Made in America. By the way, yeah, Angry Texan has a podcast called Made in America, and it is spelled like it sounds, and it's spelled like he says it. And obviously, as you can tell with his the rock bull on his hat and the Cowboys behind him, it is an American podcast. So check that out online. Now here, let's go into some comedy. Teachers, I got some stuff for you. Let's talk about it. Teachers, a lot of teachers say, what am I going to do for spring break? And I get it. There's a lot of unknowns. You don't know what you want to do. You may not have the money to go some places. You may not have the time, the resources, and that's fine. But I got you covered. I got some things, because you don't want to steer too far away from the teaching profession. You want to kind of keep it close to home. Do things that, you're comfortable with as a teacher, because there's you don't want to be too outside of your comfort zone. So here's first thing you can do. I've got a top 10 list. Is you can visit a wax museum. That's number 10, because it'll be a place full of figures that give you the same facial reaction as the students on Zoom. And anyway, and as Greg right now, at least you'll be in a place where the air conditioning is a priority. That's not in the classroom. Plus, I gotta find. If I were to go to a wax museum, I would find the Will Forte wax, and then I would just keep my class there, and I'd slip out and go get something to eat. They would think it's me, and then I'd come back, and they'd still be there. So if that was a field trip. You don't think I look like Will Forte?
No, I mean, a bunch of people say that. I just don't really see it that much.
That's cool.
Maybe in your eyes.
Maybe my eyes. Oh, all right.
I don't stare at Will Forte, and I don't stare at you either.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. All right, next one. Go-kart track. Teachers can go to a go-kart track, because trust me, go-kart tracks are just like teaching. It feels good as a teacher to drive something that won't die on you. And plus, there's the the prospect of ramming into a child full speed with no repercussions. Everything a teacher could want. I'm going to go ahead and flip Kenny off the railing, and what are they going to do? Take away some of my tickets? Some of my Tootsie Rolls. All right, next one. Circus. Think about going to a circus. Circuses are fun, right? Are they not? Have you been to a circus, Greg? Have you worked?
Yeah, it's been a while, but it's everywhere I go, I always see you go to the gas station, there's a stack of tickets to the circus. I'm like, and every time I drive around, I don't see a circus anywhere. I feel like that's just like an abduction zone.
Yeah, what do they pay the performers? It's literally free at every 7-Eleven I've ever been in. All right, circus. Just so you know, 3 chainsaws, 4 swords, 5 bowling pins. Doesn't matter. They're still not juggling the workload of a teacher. And lion taming is also the same thing as a parent-teacher conference. The same way that some teachers run their mouth at me. Maybe I can actually open it up and stick my head in. Who knows? that'd be fun. Anyways, also, lastly, I would like to launch a few students out of a cannon. I don't know if that's possible. Left your homework at home again, huh? Get in, Kyle. Bring it back. Oh, fun. This is great. I'm glad I have such a good laugh track going with me. Thanks for joining with me, Greg. Are you how many edibles did you have before we did this? Okay. Next one. Ferris wheel. Ferris wheel. Ferris wheels are great for teachers because they remind you of your career. It just goes around in circles. That's fun. And also, when you get to the top of a Ferris wheel, you are able to look out and see all the places that you can afford to travel anywhere within a 20-mile radius. Anyways, escape rooms are fun. Have you done an escape room, Greg?
Yes.
Yeah. Escape
I
rooms.
was just shy of kicking the damn thing open because I was getting pissed.
Really? I've never done an escape room. I need to do one. These are kind of a waste, though, for teachers, to be honest with you, because we're pretty good at solving them. It's not that we have a higher intellect or wit or anything like that. It's just we're used to spending most of our day pondering how we can get out of the room that we are in sooner. If we're just literally sitting there, like, how do I leave? I want to leave. And then I also do an escape room once a month. I don't know if you're aware of that. It's when I forget my keys and the janitor has to come and unlock my door, and I watch as they sift through 97 keys until they find mine. That's fun. It's a great time. The magic show. You ever done a magic show, Greg?
Yeah, I've been to a magic show.
Yeah, that's good.
I haven't performed one.
Well, as a teacher, we're pretty good at it. Stuff. I mean, it's different, because watching a magic show, you get to see a woman get cut in half instead of the, teachers who watch their paycheck get cut in half every year by the district. Also, I kind of go there looking
abracadabra.
for tips. Yeah, I kind of go there looking for tips because the students never bring in their Kleenex. So if I had one of those hats that had like the endless Kleenex that I could pull out, that'd be fun. That'd be nice. Sleight of hand would also be great. When I was handing kids their tests back, they'd be like, I'd be like, "Here you go, Kyle. You got an A, an F." It's an A. It's an F. It's an A. It's an F. It's an F. You failed. See you next year. Oh man, these are great. Oh man, medieval times. Medieval times is fun. You ever been to medieval times there, Greg?
Yeah, a few times.
Yeah, I've never been. I've been to Dolly Parton's Dixieland Stampede,
which is now a cheesecake factory.
I think it still exists in Branson, Missouri. That was the one I saw, Branson, Missouri.
Well, I think up in Dollywood, she has her own damn theme park.
I know. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, but medieval times is great for teachers because, we get education's headed the way of the dark ages. We can just meet it halfway. And then and the last one, the zoo. I love the zoo as a teacher. I do. Someone said watching Shark Week is always uplifting. That's your kind of person, Greg. You need to
have a chat already.
Yeah. But zoo as a teacher is great. It gives me a chance to see other caged animals besides myself, and also when you're a teacher on a budget, you can put 25 cents in the fish feeder and eat all afternoon. That's great. I mean, it's good. It doesn't taste good. It's just high in protein. Plus, eating the fish food. Oh gosh, eating the fish food in front of the fish gives you the same satisfaction as when the students eat the Doritos in front of me. That's okay. Anyways, that's a thinker.
I always found that going to the aquarium and being there, and this is especially in Dallas, they had a piranha feeding at 2:00, and you wanted to be there for that.
Yeah, I've never seen the piranha feeding, but that sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's very quick.
What did they feed them?
I don't know. It looked like they threw like a raw sirloin or something in there. I mean, really? they tore it up.
That sounds like also the most expensive exhibit that they have. They're like, our food budget for everywhere is pretty cheap, except the piranhas. Yeah, that's expensive.
we're giving the sharks chum, and we're giving the piranhas fillet.
Sharks.
Yeah, I'm honest. I believe honestly, if you were to put a piranha against a shark, the piranha will. I mean, they will take it down.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, that's for all you marine biology teachers out there. Huh? Send your hate mail to Devin Seabold at cryinginmycar@gmail.com.
Yeah, cryinginmycar@gmail.com. So yeah, if you once got locked out of the aquarium, that's fun. I got left at SeaWorld, by the way. I got abandoned at SeaWorld twice. One time was in the penguin pit. And the next time it was right off the bat. So like literally my babysitter took me to SeaWorld, lost me by accident the first time, and they took me to security, and security took care of me.
Wait,
And
your
the next
babysitter?
yeah, and the next time she went to SeaWorld, she realized security would take care of me and she could just go off and do her own thing. So we walk in the gate and like she's gone. And like she lost me. And they took me to the security office and I sat there all day. Like they brought me pizza and like we watched TV and we were just sitting in the and then she picked me up at like 6 when it's closing. She's like, "Oh, I didn't notice you were gone." And
Who the hell?
the security guard's like, "For 10 hours?"
Who the hell was your babysitter, Casey Anthony?
Oh no. she was terrible. She was terrible, girl. It was
Like, and
a
how
lady
did
named
your
Joyce.
parents just say, "Oh well, let's give her another shot"?
Well, she was a
Take it
lady
back to
named Joyce.
SeaWorld. Try not to screw up this time.
This is what she did. Dead serious. I still remember it. She had liver and onions all the time. I never wanted liver and onions, but she would give it to me. And when I didn't eat it, she would physically pick it up and put it in my mouth, like shove it down my throat. It was the most just disgusting thing in the entire world. I had so many stories from that. She took me to see Child's Play the day after my birthday when my mom had given me a My Buddy doll.
Is that why you don't wear overalls?
Well, yeah, I guess. But I've had my mom lock the My Buddy doll in the trunk for like 6 months because I really thought it was going to wake up and kill me in the middle of the night. And then I said I wanted to go see Ghost Dad with Bill Cosby. I was begging,
Oh
take me
yeah.
to see Ghost Dad with Bill Cosby. Yeah. And she took me to see Ghost with Demi Moore and Patrick. I was like 8.
Oh
I was
my!
I don't know. I was 8
Did
and I'm
you
sitting there
did you
and
do
they're
some
like
pottery
they're
with her?
making love and I'm like, is Bill Cosby coming out anytime soon? Oh, it was
No,
terrible.
actually, like if Ghost Dad happens now, like Bill Cosby dies, he's gonna get drug around by those little black demon shadow things.
Yeah.
Routines! They're just gonna drag him to hell.
Yeah, Karina, yes, my mom, I did tell my mom, and it wasn't not fault of my mom. This babysitter was ridiculously cheap. She was like $25 a week. Like everything my mom gave her,
Wait,
she spent.
25 a week, and here's a pass to SeaWorld.
Yeah, and she spent, that was the thing. She spent way more babysitting me than actually like my mom paid her. It was weird. Like we went to Boardwalk and baseball, we went to SeaWorld, we went to the beach, we went to River Rapids. She wanted to do stuff. She didn't want to sit around the house. So she was like, I'll just pay, and we can go places. And she was old. I mean, real like 60s, 70s. And I think she had money coming in from Social Security and just decided,
Oh, not
and
my
there was like
kid.
there was like 8 or 9 of us, and this 70-year-old woman watched us and took us everywhere. It was amazing, but
It was
everywhere we
multiple.
went was a nightmare. I remember we went to the movies one time, and she wanted to see something, but I wanted to see Benji, and she put me in to see Benji, and Benji ended, and I'm sitting there, and they come in and they're cleaning up and like sweeping up the popcorn, and the realty pictures are on the screen, and then the previews come on and Benji starts, and I was like, yeah. And then she came in and she's like, my movie's over, let's go.
I
I
thought
saw
you
the
were.
end credits and the opening credits to Benji. That was it. That was
I thought you were when you said Benji. You were like, I was going in there to see Benji, but once again she screwed up. She took me to see Cujo. I thought he was going to help solve crimes and stuff. No, he was going to trap a woman and her child in a car.
Yeah, I said Beethoven. She took me to Amadeus. Why am I? What is this? But yeah, it was different for sure. It was a whole weird vibe with this woman. But the funniest thing I remember is we were going to like a wedding, and it was really important. And I hate bees. Hate them. Bees,
Wait,
wasps, anything that'll sting me, I
I know
hate.
you said you hate wasps, but bees make delicious honey. I like
Yeah,
honey.
and I have a little garden out back that I have bees, but I don't like them on me. If one lands on me, I will cry. And I remember I was walking in my tuxedo that she had just, I mean, a brand new rented tuxedo. It was beautiful tuxedo, perfectly fit me. And I was walking outside. Somebody said, "Hey, go tell such and such to come in. The wedding's about to start." And I was like, "Oh, sure." And I was walking outside, and a bee landed on me, and I jumped into the pool. I literally jumped into the pool, and I just remember coming up from in the pool and hearing every expletive that has ever been written, and a few that were invented just for that moment that were hurled out of her mouth towards me, because here I was completely drenched in it was miserable. It was miserable. So yeah, I felt so bad. And also I remember that God, I got so many memories that are flooding back to me now. But there was one time that I remember that she had one of the older kids that she was babysitting babysit us. So like she was like, "I'm going out, you're in charge, Sarah," or whoever it
So,
was.
so she was subcontracting and shit.
Yeah. And I remember her and her boyfriend wanted to make out, and they wanted to make out in the bathroom. And to keep me out of the bathroom, like their initial way to do this is they made me come in the bathroom, and then they did Bloody Mary. Do you remember Bloody Mary?
Yeah.
And he was in there, and I didn't know he was in there, but he was like behind the shower curtain, and she was like, "Turn around, say Bloody Mary 3 times." And I did it, and like I just remember him behind the shower curtain like screeching as loud as he could possibly be, and I was mortified as a child. And I closed the door, and she was like, "So you don't want to do that again?" I was like, "No." She's like, "Okay, stay out of the bathroom." I was like, "Yeah, no problem." And I think her and her boyfriend made out, and probably did other things in there. That was funny. You had a wait. She had a pyramid scheme going with the babysitting. Yeah, she did. She had people working
That's
under.
funny.
She was the head babysitter for like 14 different households. She's going around. "Do you want to make extra money? I got a babysitting job for you." You know. But yeah, it's true. Oh, Bloody Mary was miserable.
She's got a fur coat and a cane walking around. I'm the babysitter.
Yeah, it was interesting. But here's the thing, man. I don't know whatever happened to her. I know she passed away because it's been so long. She would have been like 112 now. But yeah, man, I just remember I was miserable there. And but it was like only thing my mom could really afford at the time, and who can fault that? I've been in that situation where you got to go with what you can. You got to still work. And what are you going to do? Pay $200 a week to somebody when this person's $25 a week? And yeah, sure, your kid gets the crap scared out of him and goes and sees R-rated movies. But it's a give and take, give and take. Did you have a babysitter when you were growing up or no?
Yeah, I had a couple. I was fortunate on the street that I grew up in Texas. I had my dad's mother, who was 3 houses up, and then my mom's mom, which was like 3 houses down. So, and I also lived in that old school kind of community where, like, if one of my neighbors saw me do wrong, I could get a spanking from them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like pretty much everybody on Blewett Street in Graham, Texas, whooped my ass at one point.
I would yeah, I would say that's probably true. I've thank you guys for the stars over on Facebook. I see people giving stars, and I appreciate that. And if you have any super chats on YouTube, any questions for myself or Greg, or any questions at all, I mean, you don't have to super chat them. You can just
Speaking
ask.
speaking of ass whoopings, did you ever tell your listeners about the time that you recorded over your high school graduation, or something that you did, and your mom was so mad she couldn't even make a sentence? She was like, "Ah, ah."
I I recorded over my baby videos. My
Oh,
I
like the
Yeah.
MTV Music Awards or
It was
something.
the 1996 or 7 MTV Music Awards. I'll never forget too, because my mom didn't know, and I never told her. And I will say, like, I recorded over him. I needed a blank cassette. We didn't have a blank cassette. I thought, who needs to see me when I'm 3 years old? And I didn't think that she would find out and that I could just watch. And I remember I watched the MTV Video Music Awards several times, but I remember her one day. She's like, so we went to watch your baby videos, and she's like, what is the music awards doing on it? And I was like, I don't. What? And you press play on my 3-year-old music video, and all of a sudden, Tonight by Smashing Pumpkins is playing, and I was like, hey, it's just they were just baby videos. Who cares? And she, like she freaked out. I mean, just and I mean, it was a combination of hurt and anger. It was anger, and I get it now. I didn't get it then, but I couldn't imagine if all my pictures of my kids. I mean, we have Facebook. I literally get reminded all the time, and it's such a cool thing to look back on my kids growing up and see that stuff. You can't do that with me. There's not much out there that exists anymore because I taped over my baby videos. But I'll tell you what you can do. You can watch Howard Stern come down from the ceiling with his butt exposed instead of watching me blow out my 3rd birthday candles. I mean, really, it's a give and take. It's a give and take.
It's like, instead of seeing, me hunting Easter eggs when I was 4, you can see Miley Cyrus twerking,
Yeah, well, this is pre that. It's you get to see Courtney Love shooting up for that. That's the 96, 97. It was bad, but I was so into music, and then I think I even taped over more of them, but with Whose Line Is It Anyways videos. I was recording every Whose Line because I just thought it was the funniest show ever. And I had a full stack of Whose Line videos, and I just recorded over everything. So, but that's why that button exists. You know that button? Remember? I would have never figured that out, but there's a button on the VHS that you can hit, or like a switch, right?
Yeah.
People correct me if I'm wrong, and it can't be recorded over. It's like once it's good, it's good. I don't think I would have figured that out as a kid. I think I found that out later, that you put it in, because I remember there was a few that I tried to record and it was like can't record, and I was like, that's weird, and I don't think I ever figured that out.
There was an episode of The View that you wanted to record. What'd you just say?
No. I said there was a few things that I wanted.
Oh, okay, just making sure.
There wasn't an episode of The View that I wanted to record. Sorry, it's a tab you pull off the tape. Oh, okay, see, okay, it's tab you break off the cassette,
and it's like down in the bottom, like corner of like a I remember that.
And I guarantee, by the way, I have some fans that are significantly younger than all of us all talking about it, and they're like, the cassette, what's that, the VHS, the tape, it'll make a comeback. It always does. All that stuff.
Sony Walkman was the bomb back in the day. Who didn't have a Sony Walkman? I mean, come on.
I had a Walkman disc Walkman. I also had the red Sony Walkman cassette one, and there was. I'll give you a guess. Okay, what cassette do you think went in and never left?
Oasis.
No, earlier.
Oh,
Oasis went in and never left my CD Walkman. And people online, you can take a guess too. What cassette went into my Walkman and never left? Beastie Boys? No. That was around the same time.
Hey, Def Leppard.
Tears for Fears? No, Julie. That's a weird one. But good guess, I guess. Def Leppard? No. And I'm going to give you a hint. It's not rock. It's not rock.
Oh, Boyz II Men.
No, not Boyz II Men. Boyz II Men was a good one, but that was CD. Then I bought that. Madonna, no. Journey, no. It was the biggest thing in the entire world. I don't know how people are not.
Michael Jackson.
No, but you're kind of it's along the same line. Followed Michael Jackson, early 90s. Pearl Jam is an excellent guess, Randy, but no rock music.
No, we already said rock, Randy. God, get together.
No Billy Ray Cyrus, but that's a really good guest source because that was
Billy
huge.
Ray
My
Cyrus.
parents, that was in the
He
tape
said
player.
I was close with Michael Jackson, and he said, "Wait, Billy Ray Cyrus is a great." No, it wasn't.
Okay, I'm gonna say not Prince. Crisscross is kind of on the right track. Okay, Carrie guessed Vanilla Ice. Vanilla Ice was in there.
Oh,
Vanilla
Color
Ice.
Me Bad. Color Me Bad.
Nope. Vanilla Ice was in there because of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles soundtrack. That was in there for a while. But there was one just before that. And it was really, and looking back, it's a fantastic
Oh,
album.
MC Hammer.
No, but you're so close.
Jesus Christ.
Beginning to end, it was one of the better albums of the early 90s. So many were so close, but nobody said it yet. Beatles, no. David Bowie, no. Nirvana, no. I did have a few Nirvana albums. I can't believe nobody said it. I mean, if you go back early 90s, close. They guaranteed they had a number one hit, number one hit, number one hit. It was kind of dance music.
And I said Boyz II Men, but you said I was close.
Not Milli Vanilli. It was not a movie soundtrack, although Bodyguard movie soundtrack did interject into the cassette.
New Kids on the Block.
No, but you're very close. It's not New Kids on the Block. No, I can't believe nobody said it. They were like the biggest thing in the early 90s, and nobody said it. And I guarantee every person commenting right now.
One?
Hold on, no. Every person commenting now can tell you every word of their song, and somebody just got it. And who got it? Michael, Ace of Base. Oh. Do you remember Ace of Base? The Sign?
Yes, dude.
That album, The Sign, was the biggest album in the early 90s. And it was beginning to end. It was really, really good album. But Ace of Base was legit. Boyz II Men was close in there too. I think it went Ace of Base, Go Ninja Go, Vanilla Ice, Bodyguard soundtrack, Pearl Jam, Boyz II Men, Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill, and then Oasis came out in like '97. And so Ace of Base was just gigantic. Yeah, winner, chicken dinner, Michael.
I was on track for Hootie and the Blowfish at one point.
Dude, Hootie and the Blowfish first album, fantastic. Matchbox 20, by the way, I see Sarah mentioning it. Matchbox 20, their first album, beginning to end, hit after hit.
Dude, Matchbox 20 sucked.
Oh my gosh, you don't understand. Sarah, by the way, that's watching, is the biggest Matchbox 20 fan ever, and she's literally picking apart the stuff behind you to determine your exact location. She's like, "Oh, that sofa looks like Ashley furniture."
And I'll have my Pantera playing in here, and she can find out where I'm at real quick.
Julie, it was The Sign. That was their main song. I saw the sign.
And then all that she wants is another baby.
Oh,
but she's gone tomorrow.
Yeah, there was so many good songs that they had. That first album.
It's like, see, I never understood the lyrics of that. All that she wants is another baby, but she's gone tomorrow. Does that mean like she's like this is the only fertility clinic around and she's got to leave? Like, I don't know.
I don't think they were American. I think it was just kind of throwing words around. Like they didn't. Some of these other like, I don't know if you've ever listened to a BTS song or in English, but I think they just kind of throw lyrics out there. I don't know. I don't know if there's any relevance to it. I mean, but then again, listen to the entire album 16 Stone by Bush and try to make sense of anything at all.
Right.
Machine Head, none of it makes sense.
I mean, a dude has a brother in Los Angeles. That's that's one of the lyrics. You're like, Swedish. Oh, hey, I know where that's at.
They're Swedish. Do you remember that song too?
Yes.
Your bum is
I'm
on
sorry,
the rail.
But there was no female singer throughout the 90s and to this day that had the most beautiful voice. God, I could listen to her all day, and I got ridiculed for it, being the rock guy that I was. But
Macy?
Man, no, that chick from Cranberries, man. Cranberries.
Oh, yeah.
Cranberries is awesome. I'm sorry, but like just hearing her, like I I felt like, man, I could drink some Jameson, get some Irish Spring soap, and go wash my hands, and just and roll around in lush green fields and eat Lucky Charms and shit. I mean, it's pretty awesome.
You've plotted that out quite specifically.
Well, she's everything Ireland that I would ever think that Irish women would be like.
What is that one? What is the song "Fall Into You"? Who's that by?
Uh, uh, what?
It's Maisie Starr. That's it. You remember
Oh,
Maisie Starr?
no, I thought you were talking about Motorhead for a minute, and I
No,
was like, I
I
don't
love
think Libby sang that.
Maisie Starr. Her voice, her look. I was so attracted to this woman growing up. But it was Maisie Starr's "Fade Into You" is that song, and that song, man. If you put it on a repeat, it just I've fallen into a trance and it hits me good. But the Cranberries were very good. It's just
Yeah,
I always
she died last year, man.
I
Not
know.
COVID related.
Yeah, I always feel bad when I listen to her because I'm like, man, that voice is never going to be heard again. And then they're not going to reform. They'll never reform.
No, you can't because she was the centerpiece, and she was also a famous Irish folk singer, yodeler girl.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. By the way, those of you that are watching, we have the show April 2nd this Friday, teacher Zoom show. The things are the event info is on my Facebook page. And don't forget, devincomedy.com. You can get your Reply All t-shirts. And I think Greg's going to get some merch too. Don't you have merch?
Yeah, I'm ordering more shot glasses that say "COVID sucks, drink up."
Yeah, but you also had a t-shirt that said "I'm
Yes,
pissed."
it's I'm pissed.
Yeah, and I got my button and my magnet. Only a few of these magnets remain. I've actually seen several sales since we've been on here, so I don't know how many are there. But if it says sold out, sorry. Devincomedy.com for those. I love 90s music. I love 90s music. I just saw Smashing Pumpkins right before COVID started, which you were supposed to go to with me, Mr. Angry Texan.
I
I did
know.
not go. Has anybody ever gone to the Hootie and the Blowfish? So my friend told me about this. I never heard of this. In Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, every year they have like Hootie Fest.
Hootie Fest, huh? What's oh,
And
sorry.
it's just Hootie shows up and they just play like a really long set. It's just Hootie Fest. It's in Myrtle Beach.
Does he sing country music too?
I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe
I mean,
he
because that's what he's all about now.
yeah, but he has some hits. He's pretty good. I would, but then again, I don't think they would want to hear that. Maybe I'm wrong though. I would not want to go to a Stained concert and hear Aaron Lewis sing, his country music. I just not what you go for. But yeah, I 90s alternative is where it's at. I listen to Lithium on Sirius Satellite Radio, and I listen
Man,
to
that was
old timey
It's
stuff.
pretty awesome, but dude, the heavy metal scene was badass too. Metallica and AC/DC was really awesome, and then this one awesome band came into the mix and just dominated the entire universe.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just neither here nor there.
Who's that?
Oh, that'd be Pantera.
Oh, yeah. How they doing lately?
Two of them are dead. Shut up.
That's all right. It's okay. Oasis, they might as well be dead. They'll never reform. They hate each other.
I'm surprised them fellas have livers after the way they drank and fought each other throughout the years.
Yeah, Darius Rucker is awesome in country. I agree, Carrie. Not lying. He's actually really good.
I'd have to say that he's got a nice voice for country.
Yeah, but and what's funny is that first album, like you said, it took over. Hootie was everywhere. I'll tell you where else he was. He was on my baby videos because they performed that particular year at the VMAs. 90s on 9's good. Oasis is your first concert and you hated it. They must have hated each other then. It must have been a bad concert because I saw Liam Gallagher recently.
They must have been singing like what's his name from STP? God, right before he died.
Scott Weiland.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. People look it up sometime. It was just him, but he's like spaced out, drugged out, and he was singing Vaseline singing, but it sounded like he was singing new age rap because it was just mumbling.
Yeah. What do teachers listen to? I want to know what your playlists are. We're sitting here talking about our playlists. What do teachers listen to other than take this job and shove it? you know,
Maybe some Merle Haggard.
yeah.
Teachers should listen to Merle Haggard. Y'all would relate with him.
Every time I signed up for another year, I'd retreat to my room and be like, I hurt myself again. To see Les Mis. Oh my gosh, that's good. That's good stuff. Grateful Dead. Nobody listens to Grateful Dead. You
Yes, they do. Dude, don't ever talk bad about Jerry Berry. All right, I'm telling you right
Nobody
now.
listens to Grateful Dead.
Yes,
80s,
they do.
80s metal.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool.
They screamed at you for no reason, left after 3 songs for Oasis. That sounds about right. Muse, I could see that. Saw Hootie and the Blowfish in Munich. That's funny. Jimmy Buffett. That's a good one. Teachers need to listen to more Jimmy Buffett. I think that'd be a good one to listen to
Yeah,
in
it's
the
like,
classroom.
and order a blender and drink all day.
Drink margaritas. Yeah. You listen to Jimmy Buffett willingly, or is it just the only thing that plays in the tiki bar that you go to every day after work?
It's like, well, I got happy hour. I got to spend half my salary to like wash away my tears.
Anything with tons of swearing. Oh, that's fun. I listen
So Cardi
to
B.
Lime Melon, The Verb, Beck, Cake. That's some good stuff. Soundgarden, Bush. All right, on board. 5 o'clock somewhere. Celine Dion. That's good stuff too. I listen to Celine. I'm a big believe it or not, I love show tunes, love theater. I love listening to Spring Awakening soundtrack, Color Purple. Listening to some of the early, even throw in some Hello Dolly. Why not? Carole King musical, Beautiful. That's stuff like that. I like that stuff. Classical. I like everything. I like everything. I'll even do the 40s on. I play Call of Duty and I love that stuff.
What
It's
about
good.
anything with a kazoo?
Can I tell you guys the number one most underrated band of all time? And I hope everybody can join me on this and solidifying this because they have had, huh?
The guys that sang the song "Guy on a Buffalo."
No, no. The number one most Dear Evan Hansen, fantastic by the way. The most number one underrated band of all time, hands down,
Doctor
without a
Hook.
doubt. Huh?
Doctor Hook.
No, The Offspring. They've literally had like 20 hits. Every album is great, beginning to end. And they have never steered outside of their own musical style. You listen to the first Offspring album, you listen to the most recent Offspring album, and there's no difference. They just are like, this is what works, and this is what we like to do. They're fantastic. Offspring is one of the most underrated bands out there. Same original lineup, been killing it ever since day one.
I don't know.
Don't argue with me on that.
I'd put the Toadies above them. Sorry.
The Toadies, Greg. I can remove you from this chat just so you're aware. I don't think the Toadies. Anyways, I don't know. I'm open to suggestions though. Yeah, I play games. I love playing games. Allman Brothers Band. They're good.
Yeah. Hey, Hall & Oates. That's another good band to listen to.
Yeah, Duran Duran, very underrated.
Yeah.
Even though I wouldn't say even underrated. They were like the biggest band in the world, but currently today they do not get the love they should. But yeah, I went and saw Offspring in concert a few years ago. So I got to ask you all. COVID opens back up. Let's pretend tomorrow everything is open back up. First thing you're doing. Anybody want to tell me? First thing you're doing. What about you, Greg? First thing you're doing that you could not do through COVID. First thing you want to do. Rangers game?
Yeah, dude. It would have to be a Rangers game in Arlington, Texas at their new stadium. I'd love to be there with all my family and friends. Just have like a whole section. And then get a hotel room very close there because I don't think that I'm going to leave that stadium sober.
Right.
Yeah.
Probably. I go to the Rays games and I don't leave that stadium sober only because I realize that I'm at a Rays game. I'm like, I need to drink to forget that I paid to get in here.
Yeah, it's real gloomy in there. Have you ever noticed, like, when we went to that one Rangers Rays game that was there? It's just gloomy in there. But they do have that Dad's beer concession stand where it was like Pabst Blue Ribbon, Bush, Schlitz, and they were like $4 cans. So I was like, okay, I could get this, or go over there and get the same amount of beer, but like Miller Lite, Mick Ultra for like $9, but I'm paying $4 for this can of beer.
Yep. As somebody said, first available Marvel movie, they're going. Step one, call out. That's good. I like that. Baseball opening day. Crab buffet. Yes, please. As soon as things open up. No, people do not go to Rays games. Dead serious. You can go sit in the dugout for $4.
They had empty seats when they were in, that time they were in the playoffs. So no one gives a shit about the Rays in St. Pete.
No,
that's why you need to move them closer to Orlando or Tampa.
Yeah, they're not in Tampa. That's the crazy thing. For people that don't know the Rays, they're not in Tampa. They're called the Tampa Bay Rays. They're in St. Petersburg, which is harder to get to, more traffic. It's
you
not
literally have to go out of your way because the highways that go to St. Pete, it's like a loop to go to it. No one wants to go
miserable
across that
to drive.
Stupid bridge. I know it's stupid.
Yeah, they are miserable to drive to. It's not a fun adventure, and the Tropicana field is covered and it's air conditioned, but it just stays like like they're trying to cut back. It's basically like 87 the entire time.
It's a tolerable 85, 87.
Right, and luckily it's all closed in, so there's no chance of a breeze whatsoever. You're sweating inside a closed stadium, and they think that that's what people want to go see. But yeah, I just want to hug people again. Yeah, I agree, Carrie. I agree. We all need a hug. Go to a town hall meeting.
Don't force hugs, Carrie, on people. That's called simple assault. You don't want to get in trouble.
Somebody said they just want to go to Target and eat popcorn with the same hand they push the cart with. I didn't want to do that pre-COVID, just so you're aware.
There's a Target that Devin and I go to, and they have an interesting character that works there. And I got to tell you, man, it's interesting. People at Target don't seem as sanitary as they look. No. Like some of those red shirts were actually a light red. Now they're dark red from all the stains and dirt and stuff from cleaning that place.
Right. Well, we got about. You can stay if you want, Greg, and chat it up. But I got about 20 minutes. I'm gonna be on here. If you guys want to throw any questions out, anything at all. Appreciate the stars you guys sent. Any super chats? Thank you guys so much. There's merchandise now on the YouTube videos. Don't forget to check out Reply All T-shirts. Reply All. I got the magnets and the pins and all sorts of stuff. So Facebook has a challenge, and this month's challenge was that I could go live for a total of 7 hours, and I'm determined to beat Facebook in their own game. I want to stick it to Zuckerberg. So I have 22 minutes until I've reached my 7-hour mark. So I am totally open. It doesn't have to be teacher oriented. It can be any sort of question whatsoever for myself or the Texan. And I will gladly answer. You got 22 minutes, and then I'm signing off and I'm going to bed. Home COVID hasn't changed my way of life in terms of outings now. You worked overnight at Walmart a while back. That's fun. I don't know. How many Fs do I give out on a monthly basis? Good question. How many kids would I fail? It depended. I haven't really held anybody back. That's the thing that I never understood. So I've failed children before, but they never get held back because there's 900 different safety nets for them. And I never understood that. So as a teacher, I say they didn't do any of the work. They're not comprehending the material. They need to stay back. And yet this is like, government class. And then they move on. They graduate. And I'm like, how did they graduate? And they're like, oh, They had a passing score on their driver exam, and I'm like, what? That doesn't even link up with that. How did you figure that? And there's always something that they can pass or do well on over here, and it lets it happen. Shows in Texas, yes. That guy with the Texas hat in my peripherals, he will be joining me. We are setting up. We actually talked about it today. Texas tour. We're going to hit every city.
Yeah.
All the major cities, Texas tour. I got to go tour Texas. I've never been. I love y'all. I want to go there, and that you
I
guys.
said y'all. Oh, I'm so happy
Yeah,
you said
they
y'all.
they've supported me so much on Facebook and YouTube. I gotta go. Gotta go. Sleep with a fan or no? Absolutely with a fan. Doesn't matter if it's 40
Hey,
degrees below zero. Fan
are we
every
talking
time.
comedy fan or like? Never mind.
Yeah. Let's see here. No, not that fan. Yeah, that's a sleep with fan or no. That's interesting. What's the best grade and subject to teach in your opinion? I like government and economics, and let me tell you why. They're half year courses. I like teaching those in high school because the students are only there for half a year and they have to get their crap together sooner. So you get a more initiative. And by the time they start to slack off, well, guess what? The course is over. So good. Also, you're a gatekeeper. They have to pass you before they graduate. And it's usually the seniors. And also, um, if I could add, government is such a hot topic today. Everybody's talking about government and economics and money. It's big. Like I would have students when I taught it once Trump got elected coming in asking me questions daily that I never thought I'd hear in a government class, like asking me all sorts of things about, impeachment and powers and balances and everything like that and Supreme Court. It was always interesting to me. And you keep your personal opinion out of it. You just describe the way things are, the way things work, and but it was nice to see students asking questions that I didn't even have to prompt. How often do I go to Publix? Every day. Are people wearing masks? No, no. Florida don't wear masks. Sorry, I wear a mask
They
everywhere I
do.
go.
There's a lot of people that are. Like I was at Publix today, and I'd say it's probably 70% in there. But Publix is kind of like, they've got people asking you, "Hey, will you put your mask on?"
You see, look at this. I'm changing lives. This is great. Doris was going to reply all today, but I popped into her head. It was bound to be sarcastic. You may have gotten in trouble. And she didn't. We're changing lives out
Doris,
here.
I'm proud of you.
We're changing lives. Let's see here. I'm trying to find. There's a lot of questions. You guys are throwing them out there quick. So, did I like school when I was younger? I did. Greg never attended, but
Well,
it's so funny. You're like, hey, you're right. Yeah, yep. I loved school. I thought it was amazing. But that's the thing is you just gotta push that love off to other kids and get them to enjoy it.
I love the Oregon Trail.
The Oregon Trail, that was fun. I love the Oregon Trail. The most challenging grade age group to teach. I had a lot of trouble teaching uh, teaching eighth grade, I'd say, is the hardest. Sixth graders reach the top of the tier, and then they're the big dogs in elementary, and then suddenly they're the bottom tier in middle. There's some weird stuff there with them fighting for power, but eighth graders just think they have all the power. They are in the middle of hormones. They're in the middle of some Piaget. They're in the middle of some, child psychological development and autonomy versus, whatever that is. They're struggling.
They know that
And
they're
it
about
is
to be fish.
there's a lot going on in their regular life that makes it so hard for you as a teacher to break through of their own existence. Do I ever use Randy Rainbow for history or political resources? No, because I would not want to get fired. Randy's brilliant, love him, but yeah, I think I would probably get fired in about 5 seconds.
What about
Did you?
Dazed and Confused?
Dazed and confused. No, you don't show that, Greg. That you'd be fired in 5 seconds if you taught. Sixth grade is hard. Yeah, ninth grade's kind of yeah. I don't know. I had a good time. Seventh grade, I always had a good time, but I think it was because I taught sixth grade, and then the next year I taught seventh, and I'd already had them before, so there was already that repertoire that was there. Greg, I'm gonna let you answer this one.
Oh, Scar.
I knew it'd be Scar. You're such a Scar person. I'd say Timon for me. I like
Did
his
you have to have a
wit
good
and sarcasm.
no, I take that back. It's the monkey when he went all Darth Maul on him.
Right. I get this one asked a lot. What does your admin say about your comedy? I've had admin that were support. So I've had, what's funny is let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've had in my 14 years of teaching, I had 7 different admin, 7, and in those, 5 of them were privy to my comedy. They were supportive most of the time. It was my last year that I got a lot of pushback, but that was because I was also kind of fighting against the COVID neglect, and so I got a little bit of pushback there. But overall, mostly supportive. Not as supportive of leaving, touring, things like that. I accidentally hit ACD economics, or the videos are the best. I didn't even know ACDC had economics videos.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I never knew they had them. Any tips for using your logic humor to admin? I've been tempted to use some of your quips with opening talks. I don't know. Just go for it. What's the worst that could happen? You bomb miserably and then hate your entire existence and question ever making a joke again. Yeah. I'm just kidding. It's not that serious. Go for it. Who knows? I always find it's a lot easier to tell jokes as administrators because you already have a built-in audience that feels the need to laugh at you, or else they'll be fired. Admin turnover sucks. You know what else sucks? When they're not really being turned over. They're just moving them to administrative positions elsewhere. That's what I don't like. It's like, hey, you failed as a principal. Let's put you in the district office and have you work in doing these book, work and paper, and you get paid the same amount. And it's like, come on, what's going on here? If the person can't manage a school, how are they going to manage schools more than one? That just never made sense to me. Look at this. Erica says, "Hey, from Texas. What part of Texas, Erica?" Greg would like to know, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Best and worst part of
answers, Erica. I'm tired of waiting.
Best and worst part of stand up. What do you say, Greg? I say the best part is the travel and meeting people, seeing different places, going places I've never been before, and
the worst part would be bombing and the overall exhaustion from the travel.
I think Greg's worst part would be me in the audience with my high-pitched laugh.
Oh my God.
To remind him every time Greg bombs, I'm in the audience and you can hear me in the back. I laugh so hard at his failed jokes.
And then I'll start laughing, and then everybody in there's laughing. So the joke really doesn't fail.
No,
it's okay. Let's laugh at this poor.
Either they laugh at the joke or they laugh at me laughing my butt off that the joke was miserable. It's the pressure of different audiences is probably the hardest part. So I went on stage in Phoenix this past weekend, and I immediately, the second show, had to have water because I hadn't been talking much, and I did a full show, and then we had another show, and it being so dry there, I had to have water, and I literally, like, second joke in, I couldn't talk, and so I was like, can you bring me water? And she brought me water, and I was like, and then I made fun of how dry that stupid place was, and they laughed. I thought it was funny. The admin becomes special. Isn't that correct? That's so crazy. They always get a special assignment. Moved watching from Australia. Cool. Are you watching alone?
Hey, watching from Australia. Where can Devin turn in all of his damn coins?
Yeah. Oh man, I have so I'm an idiot, and I came back from Australia, and I was saving my coins because they're like $5 coins. You guys have coins that are like 5, $10, whatever, $2, $5, whatever. And I was saving them, and I was like, just throwing them in my bag every night. And I was like, I'll just cash them when I get home. I'll just cash them when I get home. I get home, nowhere except coins to cash them in at no amount. I have hundreds of dollars of Australian money in coins that I can do nothing with because they don't want to cash it in, because then they have to mail it back to Australia and exchange it. And it just costs them so much to mail a 20-pound bag of coins that it just doesn't make any sense. And I didn't think of that. I literally got to the airport and I was like, I'd like to exchange this, please. And she's like, I only take the bills. And I was like, you what? And she's like, yeah, nobody exchanges coins. I was like, oh,
That's bullcrap.
no.
You had legal tender.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, man, the second I get off that plane in Australia, I am gonna be balling. I've literally have Scrooge McDuck bags that I'm gonna be carrying off the plane. No carry-on, just coins. It's but yeah,
Until then, let's
nobody
use
will
some
take them.
poker chips.
Erica says, nice cowboy hat. I didn't see her tell where she was from. Oh wait, she's from Colleen and Temple.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
She's down there by Fort Hood. If you just head directly north from there and get toward Wichita Falls, you'll come up to Graham, Texas, which is home to the world's largest downtown square.
Nice. Pick your poison: unannounced observation or impromptu faculty meeting. I would go with the probably the impromptu faculty meeting. I'd rather have that, because the unannounced observation, every time I've ever had one, it's like literally the worst possible moment. And it's terrible. Never works out. Greg, somebody asked what part of Texas you are from.
I'm from Graham, Texas, up by Wichita Falls. Awesome. Young County, Possum Kingdom Lake area, if you know a lot of the lakes in Texas. My hometown's kind of on the Brazos River.
Somebody's watching from Jamaica as well.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, cool.
Having a hog-legged Jamaica man.
Oh, yeah, that is exactly how they all sound. Yes, I'm sure. You son of a... No, I've been to Jamaica, and I thought it was amazing. I had a great time in Jamaica. It was beautiful. And I didn't go to tourist Jamaica. I went to real Jamaica. I had some good food. Yeah. Thanks, Doris. I appreciate you. So this was awesome. Thanks for watching. I appreciate. Keep teaching. By the way, I don't know if you remember, those of you that are watching this video, you may recognize this guy as the guy with the nip hanging out and the towel. That's funny. Give the coins to students. Yeah, I guess I could give some. If anybody's traveling to Australia, I don't know anybody that's traveling there now though, because they hate us and don't want us. But they just said her dad's from Waco. Family in Waco, Houston, Baytown, Galveston.
Okay, cool. You got family in Eddie and surrounding communities of Waco. Waco's a good town.
Yeah, somebody said, reading with the mask and you get parched. It's hard. It is. It's very hard talking in that mask. Ugh. Yeah. Jamaica is a wonderful area. Possum Kingdom Lake is so Texas. That's fun.
It is.
You the best. You the best, Sarah. Thanks for all the support. I appreciate you. I don't know what I'm doing here. I just subscribed, and this looks cool, though. Thanks. I appreciate it, Jamaica. Thanks for subscribing. we're just chatting it up for a little bit. I got 7 minutes left till I've reached my quota. It's not a quota, it's a challenge. Facebook was like, we challenge you to do this, and I never back down from a challenge.
Devin. That's Bob Marley. That's another thing that's good to listen to.
Oh, I love Bob Marley. Yeah.
Thank you, Jamaica, for bringing that up. I'm going to listen to some Bob Marley tomorrow.
I also like Michael Spearhead, and Michael Franti and Spearhead. Sorry, I listen to him quite a bit. I got an album or two. Greg, have you ever considered teaching? And if so, which subject would you definitely not teach?
What I would definitely not teach.
Yeah.
Probably math, man. It took me to my junior year of college to pass remedial college algebra. I just hated math. But if I was going to pick a course, it would be what my mom's favorite course was, and that's history. I don't know. There's just something about history. I love learning uh, World War II. My dad was a big World War II buff. My mom always had a saying. She said, if those that don't know history are doomed to repeat it. So, yeah.
Gotcha. There was a school in Jamaica, literally a covered concrete slab, and yet it was still cooler and more ventilated than classrooms in Florida. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Here's a good question. Does it get better after your first year of teaching? Um, yes, it does, but there's more responsibility that comes with it. The first year, people are kind of like, it's just their first year. They're just learning. After that, you're kind of expected to know things and do things and act a certain way and be a veteran teacher. And some schools, put a lot more pressure on that. Some don't. It really depends on your administration. I think it's easier though if you get the same same content area. You're fine. I never taught the same content area. Every year I had new preps, and I hated that because it was like teaching a brand new thing every year, and it was hard. So, teacher from Hawaii. Hybrid teaching is a pain.
Aloha.
Yeah, couldn't do it. I couldn't. I think it's really cool. Thoughts on a flipped classroom? I'm not a big fan of any of that stuff. Hybrid teaching is a pain in the butt too. None of that stuff makes any sense to me. If it's bad enough that people need to stay home, then why are people inside? I don't know. Bring economics classes back. Yeah. Do I have any random advice for an up-and-coming first-year teacher? Yep, sure do. T-shirts are available. devincomedy.com. You should wear one of these to class. Get your magnets. Magnets, reply all. Friends don't have friends, reply all. Now, I honestly, and I've said this before, I'll say it one more time because I know some of you that are watching haven't watched before. Lay low. First-year teachers, lay low. Don't try to make a name for yourself. Don't try to go crazy. Do the minimum of what they ask you to do. Don't go above and beyond because then you're the guy that they're all or girl that they're always going to come to whenever they need something. Lay low. First year, you're just teach. Just do your job. Do what they ask of you, and don't try to be like, you know what? I'll do this because this is going to make them think better of me. Guess what? You're going to be doing that for the rest of your career, because once you do something for the school or admin or something like that, they're never going to let you not do it. You are now that person.
Yeah, David, you were really good about going and teaching, and then you were home early afternoon, and it was Call of Duty, bro. I mean, you were doing what you need to do.
I also got laid off that year, so let's not talk about that, Greg. It doesn't seem like it was much of a success, does it? After that, I picked it up. Can you say no? Absolutely, yeah. Just say no. I don't have the time for that right now, or it doesn't fit into my schedule. I do appreciate that. Being offered. It's tough because you're a new teacher and you just don't want to displease anybody, but keep in mind, and I'll say this too. Most teachers right now have the upper hand. And what I mean by that is there's a massive teacher shortage right now. Massive. So, it used to be maybe 6-7 years ago, do what you were told, keep above and beyond. Don't tell them no. If you get tasked with this, do it. Now you can kind of, you have a little more job security, I think, now because of the lack of teachers teaching. That you can kind of say, put your foot down. If they let you go, then suddenly they have a bigger problem than you not doing whatever they asked of you because they can't fill that position. Quit asking questions at staff meetings. Yes, if it can be an email, send it. Not to everybody, though. No replying all. Have you ever listened to Steely Dan? Greg, you ever listen to Steely Dan?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Scotty, our mutual friend, my best friend Scotty, at his wedding to his first wife, the evil troll, her parents were somehow friends with one of the founders of Steely Dan, and he played at Scott's wedding, which is really cool. Larry Carlton's his name, but yeah, Steely Dan's a damn good band to just chill to.
Yeah.
I would recommend a glass of cognac, maybe a nice scotch on the rocks, or a good bourbon with like one of those real big ice cubes, and just sit back and let Steely Dan take you away.
Can I tell you? I don't know if I ever told you this. I think you might actually not know this fact about me. So I went to Flagler College in St. Augustine. During that time, our head coach was a man by the name of Bo Clark, legendary, by the way. He scored like 70 points in a game for UCF. He was a very good basketball player. But he went to school with Sawyer Brown. You know who Sawyer Brown is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a musical duo, Sawyer Brown. This was so funny to me because I didn't think anything of it at the time. Is every year in the beginning of the year we would have a scrimmage game, and it was like the basketball players that graduated last year would come in and they would play the new team. It was like a veterans versus old, old versus new. Well, our coach coached us when we were, the young guys. And the other team wore jerseys that they had made. And every single year, it was the Sawyer Brown All-Stars. And Sawyer Brown came down and would coach the veteran squad. And they wore Sawyer Brown, everything. And they had plays that were named after like the Sawyer Brown songs. And it was so weird because like it was just us playing again. I mean, the coach on the other team is their Sawyer Brown, and I don't know if they even liked basketball. I think they were just friends, and they just decided to do it. But it was every year the Sawyer Brown All Stars,
Did you?
and it was
did you
weird.
dunk on him? Did you dunk on him and say, "Man, I'm a George Strait guy"?
No, I didn't do that. Yeah, I didn't dunk on it. Yeah, Chris Gaines. No, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
There's some people that'll laugh at that joke. Some of you don't know what that is. So Google Chris Gaines. Let's see here. Okay, got just 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes, guys. Landon's doing all right. You can hear him coughing in the background. He's old. He's kind of getting bad arthritis. The dog is there's coughing again. He's only coughing right now because I'm sitting next to his bowl and I'm not feeding him. He selectively coughs. He's like, "Oh, what was me?" And then I feed him, and he's like, "I'm fine. I'm fine." It's a weird thing. I love my dog to death, but he is playing up the old. I almost wonder if he's kind of faking it, like he's literally the Willy Wonka coming out the door hobbling, and then you're like, "Hey, you want to go outside?" And he rolls and does it. It's like, what? I thought you were.
Yeah, but he's definitely Devin. I've been around that dog a lot, and he definitely needs to be with the 4 old people in that damn bed and Willy Wonka.
Yeah, he is getting up there. I mean, he's 16 now, so he's just an old puppy, and But I will say this was so funny, man. So it's the little things sometimes. We were out walking, and it was so cute. There was a little girl that was in the pool area, and I was walking around the pool with Landon, my dog, and this little girl looks at my dog and she goes, "Oh," she goes, "I like your puppy." And Landon looked at me and had the biggest smile on his face. He was like, "She said puppy." Like it's so perfectly timed. He stopped, looked right at me and smiled like, "You hear that? I still got it." It was really cute. It was one of those things I'll remember, for a long time. But yeah, 16 is impressive for a dog. Thankful for every second of that, by the way. So every morning, wake up totally thankful that I can still walk him and go outside and feed him and enjoy it. So. Have I ever taught in a private school? No. I applied at a private school, and this was the thing. It was in Flagler County in Florida. I went and applied at a public school, and they were like, "Our starting pay is $38,000 plus benefits, plus retirement, plus health insurance." I went to a private school, and I applied there, and they're like, "Our starting pay is 32,000, no retirement, and you pay your own insurance." And I was like, "I think I've made my decision on where I want to teach. So yes, the teachers do need more money. If Will Forte and Ryan Reynolds had a baby, it would be me. Thank you. See that, Greg? And Greg, you're if Sawyer and Brown had a baby. I don't know. Yeah, I could see that. I don't know what Greg looks like. Somebody's going to chime in, and it'll probably make me cry laughing. But I don't know. You have a unique look, Mr. Angry Texan. But yeah, so thank you guys for joining us tonight, for talking to us. I don't know if I've met my quota. It's not updating. See right here. I'll show you.
I hope the hell you didn't waste half my damn night.
No, it says
break this together.
It says that I had to broadcast the challenge, broadcast for 7 hours, and I was right before this broadcast. I was at 5.49 hours out of 7. So I can't thank you all enough for joining us for this marathon talk session. I think that is 1.5. Right now we're at 1.54. So yeah, I think we made it. Thank you all for joining us for the discussion. So yeah, I'm glad you guys could join and talk to us. And we'll head out here shortly. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Jackson, Alva, Kate. Appreciate it. Thank you, Angel. Yeah, it's I decided I wanted to try and best them on this challenge.
Mark.
Yeah, but new.
I might get Facebook jail for that.
Yeah, new video tomorrow and new podcast coming out Wednesday and Patreon podcast as well. I have 2 Patreon podcasts. I have not uploaded them. I didn't forget about y'all. I just literally have been ridiculously busy and just got a new computer ready to edit stuff and do video. We've been preparing behind the scenes, Greg and I. We've been planning and figuring it all out, and I think we're good to go now. I'm on my new computer now. I've got all the plugins. I've got the power. I've got the i7 processor with the 12 gigabyte of RAM. We're ready to go. Greg, are you okay? Are you peeled up?
Sorry. I spilled my drink, damn it.
Did the Zaxby's finally do you in? I thought that was the end.
I spilled my damn beer, dude. Shit.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Can you cuss a little bit more on my live feed?
Sorry.
I love you to death, Greg.
Sorry, folks. I did mean to spill my beer and cuss.
Yeah, that happens. It's all right.
Sorry.
You're from Texas. It's the accent. I don't think Facebook could actually flag that, because I don't think anybody understands a damn word that you say. So with the Southern, it's just like, I think he said that, but I don't know. Anyways, follow the Angry Texan online. He's got a comedian page, and then also be sure to follow his podcast, Made in America. And I'm on there, by the way, with Mike Lee, and we talk about American things, and it's different. If you like Crying in My Car, it's kind of a more personal side from me and from Greg. It's not teacher oriented. It's just anything and everything. We talk about Back to the Future, and we talk about stupid people in the news, things like that. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, you guys are awesome. And what's that?
I said a lot of laughs, man. Jesus Christ, dude, my stomach hurts every time we get done recording.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Laughing we do.
Check me out, by the way, this week. I'm in Destin, Florida on Wednesday night. Destin, Florida, Wednesday night. I wanted to tell you, if you're watching from Destin, Florida, I'll see you there. I'm performing a show in Destin. I was last second pickup. So
people in Southern Alabama can drive across, because it's only like
it's right there.
And it's only like an hour.
Yep, Destin, Florida, Miami on April 10th, McCurdy's, Sarasota the 16th and 17th, Wisconsin 22nd through 24th, and then I've got 30th and the 1st. I will be in Arlington. Just added that. So anyways, guys, thanks so much, and I will see you guys later. So appreciate you, Texan, for joining me, and everybody have a good night. Thanks, everybody.
God bless.